Hey, welcome back to the channel. In today's video we will install the heavy-duty cast aluminum deep transmission pan for JL Jeep Wrangler. It's for the 850 RE transmission, so my Jeep Wrangler 2020 Sport. This video refers to this video up there, which is already a video I made about the transmission fluid change, and I explain way more in depth what's happening for just the transmission fluid change, especially since Jeep said transmission fluid doesn't need to be changed because it's a lifetime fluid. Regardless, I don't believe in lifetime fluids and I rather have it changed and maintained. So the transmission pan Jeep installs, the OEM part, doesn't have a drain plug at all, and you know, in the video we'll see how it works, and I will refer to the video quite a lot because at least the first half is completely the same. What are you doing here? Taking off the transmission pan, draining everything, or first draining and then taking off the transmission pan, cleaning it, and then the second half will replace it with this heavy-duty cast aluminum transmission pan. And this one is by PPE, Pacific Performance Engineering. That's all we have. We have the pan itself. It has a drain plug right here. It's cast aluminum. I went with I think it's the black one, aluminum black. I like this a lot. It comes with a lot of fins here, so this should help and improve the cooling capabilities of this pan at all. It's deeper, so this one will be able to have 2 quarts more of transmission fluid, and would also help for cooling going forward. So especially when you're towing, this might be something you want to upgrade anyways, or you're off-roading a lot. Here we have the manual as well, which we'll look into in a second, and then also comes with the installation hardware. So we'll replace the factory hardware when we install this pan. And of course we do have a sticker over here. And when we look at the installation guide, it's very important that you understand we do have something delivered here. We're also referring to the OEM instructions informations, but we also have here on this page, which is quite amazing, and I hope I can pause it for you guys. There we go. Now it's readable.
Okay, that's where I have to stop the video, because welcome to the channel, and I have to tell you a couple things. So I received this transmission pan from PPE directly. They asked me, are you willing to do a video installation of this transmission pan, upgrading your factory OEM pan for free, just in exchange of a video? I said, awesome, that's exactly what I was hoping for, because guess what? I was looking at a transmission pan since a month already or longer. I was so proud and happy that PPE reached out to me via email. I have all the proof. I'm being just super secure here and safe, because it did not go as planned, not at all. And that's what this video is about. Be careful, and I want to explain why exactly. So I'll go into the steps, what happened to me, and hopefully, and most likely, it will not happen to you. So let's get started with that video actually. So that means here you can see the amazing, cool transmission pan. I was so proud to see and have that, because actually it will help. I'm pretty sure it will help for cooling the transmission fluid down and also having a drain plug. Come on, do it only once, right? But I purposely have the manual highlighted here. And I think in the meantime, since I received it, I think in August or earlier last year, I'm not sure anymore. It's been a while. I waited with this video very, very long because it didn't go as planned. So what could go possibly wrong?
So here you can see the PPE transmission pan, and here's the OEM. And just for comparison, I want to get this up for you to show you what it actually means in the depth. Because you can see here, this part is way deeper. When you look at the OEM one, you can see it like this. That's what I mentioned earlier. From PPE you can buy different depth, and I got the deep transmission pan with an extra 2.5 quart of transmission oil. But everything else I hope I laid out correct and good for you. So 2 things to point out here. So we do have the filter, which is the PPE filter, very important. It's not the OEM filter anymore because it has 4 mounting locations. It comes with the O-ring here. Very important that you have the O-ring on. It's already pre-installed. I do not know the torque specs for those. All of those are Hex, not nuts anymore. So we'll just keep it as it is, we'll not take it apart. And I took it apart yesterday really quick, and that was here this billet drain block, which is great, and it's magnetic. Okay, next I will add back the gasket, just to make sure I'm not forgetting about this one. I'll double check on the bolts here as well, just want to make sure that they are actually tight. Let's get a check on that one. They are not all the way snug, so just snugging them down now. Next, I'm preparing all the bolts, adding the washer to them, just to make sure I'm ready to install when I'm under the car. And there we are, and just to understand what I'm talking about, this is the new bolt we're talking about, and they come with a hex head, as I mentioned, and a washer. Compared to the original ones, when you look at them side by side, you will see a difference. As I mentioned, you want to have this pan, the lower facing towards the rear. Get 2 bolts ready, ideally, and of course you wanted to make sure that they actually do fit in here, so that's what I'm doing now really quick before I install it. It looks pretty good. Alright, so to speak, and I'm not pushing it all the way up, just aligning it here first. Try to drive in my first little bolt just for stabilizing. So here's another hole. There we go. Don't want to force anything, but this feels, I think, pretty okay. Alright, there we are. Okay, cool. That did work somehow. So what's important, the gasket is still aligned everywhere. That is very, very important. Alright, I think, okay, I'm ready for the sequence. Let me get started. I'll start with this one first. This is number 1. Between a little bit above 21 foot-pound, between 18 and 20 foot-pound. So let's try one more time, see how far we can get. It feels like a lot, but we'll see. Toll. Okay, so I had already the case that one of those bolts were not biting in. Those new bolts have like 18 to 22 foot-pound, and the original ones, they say 8. So I'm going lower. I'm a little bit concerned about that, to be honest. It's one thing I highly recommend you. Don't follow the PPE instructions. What just happened? Just want to make sure that you understand what happened. I followed the instruction of PPE. Yes, me maybe doing all DIY stuff. But what happened was I used a too high torque value, which said 18 to 22 foot-pound. Instructions call out 8 foot-pound, not more, even though it was different bolts. And I thought, hey, of course, they know what they're doing. That's an American brand. Well, that was stupid because I did over-tighten, and it means now the bolt is just, it's not biting in, so it's not holding in. And that happened 2 times until I realized something's wrong here. And that's where I stopped. That was not the only issue. So
That would be something in general you can fix, and I told them they fixed it. They found other instructions, manuals, where they also had included in those pans and sent out. This was really unfortunate, and I was really, really mad on them, to be honest. This is not professional. This is no testing. There's no quality control, even though the product itself is high quality. So I want to make sure that you're aware of this. Follow the OEM or the manufacturer instructions, and I purposely included a screenshot which I took from one of the repair manuals I found, which I'm subscribed to. Link in the description below because that was really helpful. I bought it. I have a year subscription or whatever. It's really all specification for Jeep Wrangler JL is there, and I can follow them, double check when I do installations and stuff like this. Let's continue because there's another thing which doesn't work, as mentioned, just for my specific 2.0 engine. It's not an engine, it's something in the transmission is different, which they figured out that needs to be adjusted. I would say it's the D-pan in this case. That's my assumption. I never got confirmation because at one point they were so professional to not respond anymore, not taking any responsibility for their failure. Anyways, let's continue.
Sweet spot, nice. Sweet spot needs to be between 86 and 122. And going back to park. And now keep the car on. Very important, keep the car on. Now whatever comes out, we can let come out. That's what they said. It's pretty foamy to me.
Okay, now you think we're almost done, but yes, we are. Apologies for this long video, but I want to make sure and educate not only myself, I want to make sure that you get the best possible information before buying this pan, which I still think is high quality. And I still think after this experience, I wrote them my issues. They should have fixed it, I'm sure, but as there's no back channel and they don't want to write me anymore, nor do they want to fix anything with this stripped transmission casing I have now. Well, this is really unfortunate. That's why I'm having a really bad feeling with PPE. That's just my experience. I want to make sure. That's just my experience. Okay, sorry about that. But the second issue is actually you saw there's foam now in the transmission case. Why is there foam? And I didn't understand what's going on. Did I maybe push the filter inside on the not really on or whatever? So I double checked, and here's a picture of, you can see, I don't have a comparison sadly from the old one, but there was in the video earlier, you can see comparison, the new pan and the old pan, and you see the old one, or OEM one, the filter has an O-ring and there's also a little bit plastic on top so it's not slipping off. The PPE one just goes on top, there's nothing holding it in so it can just slip off anytime. I don't think it slipped off with mine, I just think there's not a proper connection close enough. I don't think they closed the gap because I think, because of deep pan, which is amazing, there's just a gap, and the foam is a result of that it's not a proper sealed connection and it foaming up because it's getting air sucked in as well. So I drove around, realized something's off because I heard it shifting and I heard that it was making sounds, stopped, turned around. Guess what? Drain everything, put it back to OEM, to Mopar, and now I'm here having one of those pans in case someone wants it for free. Unfortunately for me, it didn't work. So, long story very short, those two issues. Manual was not having the proper information, which now should be fixed, so you should be good to go. Hopefully specifically for my car transmission type, which should be the same transmission I thought, but hey, you never know. Also, as mentioned, I think it's a deep pan from PPE. The filter's just too short to properly seat and not suck in air. If that's fixed, this pan might be a really good pan in my opinion for the Jeep Wrangler JL 2020 and newer for sure as well. So learn out of my mistakes, watch this video ideally so you understand what my issues were so you don't make them. I hope this was educational. I don't want to blame anyone too much, but I don't like companies reaching out, offering stuff, and then when something goes south, they don't respond anymore. PPE in that regard, bad service. I really can't I can't say more about this. I have proof about that, so in case there's anything you don't believe me, I can send you the screenshots or upload next time in a video. Anyhow, I hope this helps you to make a good decision if you want to do that yourself, or you just want to bring it to shops so they take care of this. I'm still a big DIY friend, and I would do that again, but I would educate myself before better. I thought I did. Unfortunately, in this case, not. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that still, and it does help you make a good decision for going forward. Thanks for watching. Cheers!